A blind baby moose could be coming to the Toronto Zoo very soon.
Cedar was found injured on the side of the road just outside Ottawa nearly a month ago. He was then brought to a wildlife sanctuary, where he has been receiving care ever since.
I got an urgent call from Rob, who runs 269 Animal Rescue, and he was in the vicinity of a moose that he felt was blind and needed rescue. So he asked if I would be able to take it in, and I said, sure. Certain animals would not do well with long-term captivity. It would be cruel to keep them enclosed. They would constantly want to escape, and in that case, we wouldn't want them to suffer through that. In Cedar's case, he seems pretty calm in his enclosure here, and I feel he would be able to adapt to a larger enclosure. The Toronto Zoo has had moose in the past, so they know about their care. They have an enclosure available, and they have excellent veterinary care on site. The only way the Toronto Zoo can take in an animal that's native to Canada is in a circumstance like this.
But before that can happen, the Ontario government will need to decide whether or not the zoo will be an appropriate home for Cedar.
Yeah, well, what needs to happen first is we need to let the animal care professionals do that full assessment and make sure, the preferred outcome is maybe Cedar would be releasable. That said, they also have to make sure Cedar can still live a life where, with those limited capabilities, he can thrive. So veterinarians, medical health experts for animals will make the decision whether or not human care, release, or even euthanasia if he wasn't in a state to do so. Of course, that's the last choice. That's not an option any of us want. But again, looking at his long-term well-being. And from there, the provincial government, as part of the Crown, would decide whether or not the Toronto Zoo would be a suitable home for Cedar long-term.